Where do I even begin with this topic? Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video of me talking shit about life or talking about shit that happens on the internet or talking about shit in general. If you guys do enjoy this type of content, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll probably talk about another topic you guys are interested in talking about. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about how cooked the world is currently. So I feel like everything's kind of gone downhill since COVID. I don't think that's a out of pocket statement to say, because I think everyone's on the same page. Everything kind of went downhill as soon as we rolled over to 2022. That's not to say that we've had some good moments in 2021, 2022, and 2023. I mean, I think I like to say that my YouTube career kind of took off in 2021, 2022. Joining an SMP and streaming a bunch of bed walls and, doing Xenoverse matches with the Rust and the Pickled Viking. But in terms of, the world in general, I think it's gone downhill. The corruption has been, it's been more out there than normal. That's probably just because I'm growing up and I'm seeing it more, but I feel like the corruption has been exposed more and more and more the more we delve into the 20s of 2020. And I also think that just people in power just don't care anymore. They think that the rat's out the bag, so they're like, why not? They're gonna do a Homelander and just let's light this candle. Everyone now knows that everyone now knows we're evil, so we're gonna fuck shit up on the way and make shit worse and make shit better for us, because they're not going to work with us, they're not going to do our bidding willingly. We might as well force them to do it. And you're probably wondering, why the fuck what are you talking about, mob? What are you talking about? Well, in Australia, I'm seeing it. At first I saw it a lot in America with the whole Charlie Kirk getting nuked and Trump pulling the pin on Iran, and Russia on Ukraine, and Israel on Palestine and all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, none of it was affecting Australia yet. The only thing that was affecting us was the people were protesting these sort of protesting against these sort of events happening to them in Australia. And I was like, well, okay, it was a protest, and I'm not going to waggle about that. But only until I think the previous our previous election. So currently it's 2026, and we had a previous federal election, correct me if I'm wrong, and our Labour Party got into the office, and we had high hopes that the Labour Party would do better than the Liberal Party, but that didn't seem to be the case, because ever since they now have gotten into the office, everything is now going downhill from a certain point of view. I'm going to assume the majority of people in Australia are looking at the government and thinking, what the fuck are you doing? This isn't helping. You're making it worse. Can you please stop? Kindly, respectfully. And I think Victoria's copping it the worst, especially with the whole... I saw on Instagram something about a decimal camera or something where you can get fined for having a loud car. And if you don't know this about me, I'm a big guy. I'm a big car guy. I own a couple of cars myself. I'm a bit. I get my hands dirty with cars. And when I heard that you can get fined for having a loud car, I thought to myself, wait a minute. Okay, that makes sense it makes sense for the ones that like to straight pipe their car. Just put a straight metal pipe and go pop, pop, pop. The ones, and also the ones who like to stage two-step their Golf and just, make it look like they're shooting guns outside their car down the street. I get it for those kinds, but that's like a select handful of people. You only get those in a certain area in the country, that's it's not everywhere. And the other thing that popped up in my head too is what about those exotic cars? A lot of exotic cars who have naturally loud exhausters that came out the factory. You're going to tell me that the government's going to be like, oh, we're only allowed to have X amount of decimals allowed, and all the types of Ferrari cars and all the types of Lamborghini cars are our exhausters come standard above this type of decimal, and they're like, yeah, well, too bad, here's a fine, get a different car. What? That's a bit bullshit. That's a bit ridiculous. So yeah, that's one example. Another example that I think is being bullshit is a little bit spicy to say, but there was some ASIC laws or something about taking not kidnapping, but something about getting you in custody to put you in an interview room without your consent, and also if you tell anyone that you have been taken by polices and stuff like that, you can't tell anyone because you'll get arrested or something like that, put in jail straight away, something like that. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the laws, but from what the sounds of it, it sounded pretty shit. It sounded pretty shit and straight up illegal from my point of view. And then another thing that's happening recently from the past couple of weeks is the gas export stuff, which makes a whole lot of sense. Like maybe that explains why it feels like we're not, living our best time, in this country. If, they're saying that we're getting all this money coming in and, we're not a third world country, we're a first world country. And, we live in a good time and everything's great enough, but it feels poor for some reason. This probably explains it. The whole, what is it, 25% gas on gas companies or something, and giving that money over to the people of Australia. That's a good idea. That on itself sounds like a good idea, but there's a lot of pushback from the politicians and the government, and I'm like, why do you not want this country to thrive? No, why are you in the office in the first place? Oh, because we voted you there? Okay, cool. I don't remember voting for that. I don't remember anyone saying that we want to keep the rich people richer and the poor people poorer by not taxing the right amount of people, the right amount of tax. I'm probably waffling, by the way, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people get where I'm coming from. As an average Joe who doesn't understand politics that much, I kind of understand where a lot of people are coming from when they're saying that they're getting fucked by their own government. I don't even want to tell you how the UK is feeling right now. The UK is up in fucking turmoil. Oh boy. So this past couple of 6 years in terms of the world has been pretty shit. It's been pretty dog shit in terms of the government and politics and security and, national well-being and global economics and stuff like that. But the little things like, new games and streaming content and stuff happening for gamers is a little shine on the other side. But then again, my Bonono brain thinks, oh, they're only just doing that to distract us from the real problems. Fuck, oh, bro, not even just to mention the whole Epstein shit. Fucking Epstein files came out, everything's into turmoil, and apparently not even all of it's out. And there's already people getting like dropped and sacked and cancelled left, right, and center because of the whole thing. Like, good on them for catching, like, good on them, good on the guys who are doing the investigation and calling out the ones who are involved out. It's crazy to think that nothing's happening to those guys yet. Like, come on, bro. It's fucking ridiculous. But where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Do we fight, or do we just wait until the world turns to shit and then survive from what's left? Because I can tell you right now, my generation ain't gonna do fucking shit because we were given shit. And I can tell you right now that the youngins of today, when they grow up to their teenage age, they aren't gonna give a shit either. In fact, I think they're gonna be the most chaotic group out there in human history, because they go, oh my god, nothing really matters. Oh my god, we can actually do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. They don't understand the concept of life. They don't understand the concept of responsibilities, and I don't think parents are teaching them that well enough today. Actions have consequences. Everyone should know that, and everyone should teach that to their children moving forward in time. And if you're not doing that, you're going to have a whole generation growing up thinking that they can do what they want and get away with it, which is bullshit. So yeah, that's my rant. That's my talk. I've never actually spoken about the world currently, out loud before. I've always talked to my friends privately about it. I've always spoken to my brothers about it, and I've always spoken to my partner about it privately, and discussed, could things be better? Is this right? Are they right to say this, and are they right to do that? Yada yada yada, and stuff like that. And I've always kept my thoughts to myself, and I've tried to keep it to myself, because I feel like I've got an extreme point of view on certain topics. It's only now that I'm starting to feel comfortable, talking out loud about it. Yeah, I've only just started getting comfortable talking about shit that's happening in the world and making a video about it. I'm not going to share too much about what I think about certain events that are happening around the world. I just think all of it's bullshit. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there then. I will catch you guys later in the next video. Thank you for listening to me ranting about the world. It's the first time I actually spoke about the world openly on my channel, or in general online. I wouldn't say openly though. Like I just gave you a generalization on how I feel about how the world is in its current state. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and just keep being positive, and work on your own stuff. Don't don't worry about the rest. Like, just make sure that you and your close and make sure you and your loved ones are safe and sound. Bye bye.